Hello, my friends. This is Brian, the speaker, coming to you today from the road. As you can see, I am driving home. And, well, you couldn't see I'm driving home, but I'm telling you that I'm driving home. I'm in Nebraska right now, but I wanted to talk about Godzilla. So, as many of you know, maybe you don't, I am not a fan of Godzilla. I don't mind it. I remember watching some of the old Godzilla films when I was a kid. I loved the idea of the monsters and everything like that, and Godzilla himself. I know there's been so many iterations of him over the years. I've watched people who are super Godzilla fans who've talked about it. Watched Loki on his channel this morning when he was talking about the new movie. And so I finally felt like, all right, you're not a Godzilla fan, but everybody says that The King of Monsters is a good movie. Godzilla, King of Monsters. So I thought, all right, I'll go watch it. So I went and watched it. And yeah, I mean, as movies go, now to preface this, you have to understand, I watched it on my iPhone. So, because I forgot my iPad, I didn't want to get my computer out to do it. And so, I mean, I watched it on like an iPhone 8 Plus. So it's the bigger one, but it's still a very small screen to watch a movie like that on. Especially a big monster movie like that. But I can still get the gist of everything going on. And I kind of have to agree with the things that I was hearing from Loki's channel this morning and his panel of guests. He had Dave Bob on, Purple Valkyrie, Samantha Joe. I think that was it. I think that was, there might have been somebody else. If I forgot who that is, I'm sorry. I was watching it and listening while I was driving down the road, so I wasn't looking a lot. That's all I remember being on. Now I thought King of Monsters, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. And the only reason I'd give it a 5 out of 10 is because of the monsters. The monsters in it are really cool. The explanations that are given are really cool. And just some of the fight sequences and all the different things, I really like that. I'm only giving it a 5. And this was kind of the main comment that kept getting brought up on their stream this morning, was because of the human factor, which is really stupid. I mean, the human factor should be like the icing on the cake. The human factor is what should be making this film just that much better. The problem is you get these people in Hollywood that think they need to do human interest stories in the middle of a monster movie. Oh, this family was divorced because of the monsters, and there's a problem between a mother and a father and a child, and blah, blah, blah. It was my same problem that I had with Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds adaptation. Overall, the aliens and some of the ideas, which I was like, I'm an old War of the Worlds fan, you know, that they had the snake arm and the green lasers and I love that old, and I thought, so, I mean, Steven Spielberg's got to be great, right? No. Horrible freaking adaptation of that film. Of that book to film for Steven Spielberg, it was just terrible. Tom Cruise, they wasted him in it. It was just awful. Same thing here. Exact same kind of thing. The humans' only part in this movie is to make the monsters look better. That should be their only role. Their only goal, their only role should be making the monsters look better. I'm adding that explanation. Them being the ones who are filling in the dialogue for the monsters who can't talk. Basically figuring out what the monsters are doing and stuff, and then explaining what they're doing. Now, there was some of that in this, and you get some of that, but there's a lot of like flailing around and people going, see, I told you there was a hollow earth, and all that. I mean, it was just all this stuff that was like, yeah. And then, like I said, you've got the human interest thing with Millie Bobby Brown and the guy from Friday Night Lights or Tights or Lights or something like that. Anyway, and Pure Country. I remember seeing him that. I like him. He's a decent actor. But the mother, and they said this, the mother, the environmentalist wacko who sets all this stuff in motion. Now, I have a little bit of a different take on this. Yeah, she's awful, but she's awful in a perfect way to explain what's wrong with human beings who think they understand things that they don't. Like this world. We are so young, and this world is so old, and we think we've got all this stuff figured out. Global warming, we are going to destroy the planet. I'm sorry, the Earth is not that fragile. The Earth is not that fragile. The Earth, anytime it wants, it could have a chaotic explosion. I mean, the volcano in Yellowstone, the super volcano in Yellowstone could go off and wipe out all life on this planet. And in 1,000 years, you'd never even know we were here. That's how little our influence on this planet actually matters or means. If we killed this world off, it would come back, because that's the way it works. Mother Nature's not going to be trifled with. Mother Nature is, I mean, nature is a force that is beyond us. And we don't have the power to control it, and we think we do. And the stuff that we should be controlling or trying to help Mother Nature with, we never do. And that's why the state of California burns down every few years, because instead of going in there and thinning out the dead trees and managing their forests and helping Mother Nature accomplish what needs to be done without the devastating fires, no, the environmentalists are like, don't cut down the trees are so... They're dead. They're dead. Go and clean the dead trees out, and then the whole state won't burn down every 10 years. The same thing happened to West Yellowstone. A bunch of environmentalist wackos are like, oh, it's a national park, we can't touch any of the trees, until the whole damn thing burned down. You go into Yellowstone now, and it looks like a tree graveyard. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of acres burned back in the 80s and 90s because of these asswipes who think they understand how the world works but don't. So in that regard, I love her character, because she shows just exactly how stupid environmentalists are. That they mess with stuff they don't understand, they think they're smarter than everybody else, and they're not. That the Earth knows better. Now, these monsters don't exist, and so there's not, any of that. But seriously, I think we should be stewards of the Earth. We should be doing things to help the Earth maintain its own balance and getting out of the Earth's way when it's none of our freaking business to be a part of it. Yeah, we shouldn't be dumping billions of tons of garbage in the ocean. We should be learning how to recycle stuff. We should be coming up with Star Trek level technology to help recycle stuff. You put it in the bin, it gets converted to energy and made into something else. Why aren't we doing that? Oh, that's right, because it's so much easier to say it's global warming. That way you can control and manipulate people. Anyway, I digress, but that's a huge part of this story for this film. So you can't really just leave that laying there and not comment on it. So yes, she's a horrible, stupid woman and totally gets what she deserves in the end, because she sets off basically this apocalypse of Creature Zero, and I can't remember what's real. It's like Gorzan or something like that. Like I said, not a huge fan, so I know a few names, but that's it. But seriously, it is so stupid how that whole thing plays out, and this dumb cow of a woman sets all this in action, and it kills thousands, possibly millions of people, because these monsters go tearing through all of the major cities, wiping out massive population centers. And so, I mean, she is responsible for the deaths of millions of people. And you know what they talk about in this? And the other environmental wacko, played by, I can't remember his name, but the guy from Game of Thrones. I love him. Anytime I see him in a film, I'm just like, yes. And Joe Morton, he plays a really small role in this film, which I wish he was in there more. Love seeing him in it. But I mean, seriously, I'm like, he's like, well, we set this off. I guess we're just going to let them kill everything. I'm just like, What? And see, that's what's wrong with environmentalists. They take every action and use it to justify what they're doing. Humans are bad. We need to wipe them all out. We are the plague on this earth. No, we're not. We are as natural a function on this planet as grass and trees and birds and cows and all these other things. We are part of the natural world too, but we're the only species that actually hates ourselves. What? You don't see cows out there going, all right, Betsy, let's walk off the cliff because our farts are killing the earth. Nope. They don't do it. They don't care. They just living their lives and doing what they have to do to survive. That's it. Now, humans are smarter than that. We should be part of the solution, not part of the problem. But unfortunately, we're part of the problem on both sides, because you have the people who don't care about the environment at all, and then you have the other people on the other side that would kill off all human beings thinking that's going to make the earth a better place. No. Both of those are wrong. Both of those are bad. Why can't we be in the middle on some of this stuff? Why can't we find that common ground to do some stuff that's actually like, oh, I don't know, not insane? Anyway, but this film, the monster fights were great, and I actually found myself going, you know, those feelings. I kept waiting, you know, hear that Godzilla roar and just watch him wipe people, not people out, but other monsters out. Loved seeing Mothra and Rodan and stuff. I mean, it was fun seeing those critters in this film, but I struggle with these type of movies. I'm much more of a human monster kind of fit. So, I mean, we have some of that because the woman environmentalist, she is a human monster like you would not believe. And then at the end of it, I think I need to kill all these people. I was so bad. I'm going to run and take this stinger that's going to make them chase me, and then I'll sacrifice myself. That'll make up. I mean, why one pathetic little life will make up for the millions of people I got killed with my I know better than you attitude. Barf. Barf-a-roni. No, it didn't. That did not make up for anything. It's like, you wanna do something for the rest of humanity? Live, and then come out the other side going, yeah, I was a total asswipe. I was a total buttwad. Environmentalism is a horrible thing, the way we're doing it. We need to change our approach completely. Stop with trying to hate ourselves. Stop with trying to destroy, the planet or destroy all the humans off the world, thinking that's going to cure the problem. I mean, seriously, it's just like, too many weird messages that just never got completed out the way they should have. Although it's nice to see that cunt get it in the end. I know, Billy Bobby Brown. Bobby, I don't want you to die. It's just like, no. If my mom was a Hitler-esque kind of genocidal murderer who set off the apocalypse of the world because she just knew so much better, not sure I'm gonna feel bad about that. I mean, I love my mom. I really do love my mom, but if she was, Hitler-esque, no. Sorry, love you, Mom, but no, you gotta go. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. I'm gonna watch Godzilla versus Kong this weekend. I wasn't going to, but I watched those guys today, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna give this a shot, and I'm gonna go home and watch it on my new flat screen that we just got, 75-inch flat screen. It's got to be good on that, right? I mean, I haven't really had a really good big monster movie to watch on there yet, so yeah, that's totally happening this weekend. And then I'll give you a review, possibly Saturday or Sunday or whenever I can. Like I said, I'm on the road right now, but let me know what you think. Are you a Godzilla fan? Why are you a Godzilla fan? Do you not care about Godzilla? Kind of like me normally. Like I said, I could take this movie or leave it. If I could just fast forward, if I could just go through and edit this film down to the barest minimum of human explanations and different little segments, and cut out all the BS human interest story and all the nonsense crap that didn't need to be in there, and just, you'd have a movie that was about an hour long, and it would be the greatest monster movie of all time. Because you get rid of all the BS that doesn't need to be in there. That's my review for this film, is 5 out of 10. Cut out all the crap and make this an hour-long film, and greatest movie ever. Greatest movie, monster movie ever. So, let me know what you think in the comments, and we will talk to you next time. Bye now.